On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one. A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off in the morning with some updates, and for all the On The Spot News Media peeps, them out there, I'm going to drop a second vlog later, so please look out for that one also. So now my peeps, so back in October 2023, the entire GC Foster College was rocked into mourning when this man presently on your screen, their vice principal at the time, Gibbs Williams, was taken out by armed criminal elements over there in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, as God would have it, one of the perpetrators of that crime end up lose 3 pints, not to the hands of police or to the hands of other criminal elements, but I guess the Almighty Creator saw it fit to take him out of this life and transition him to the other. So On The Spot News Media was reliably informed that this prisoner, presently on your screen identified as Jerome Hales, who was one of the Nakis and Clappis that took the life of the vice principal of GC Foster College, Gibbs Williams. He became ill in the lockups and was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital for treatment, but he was pronounced you-know-what upon arrival to that particular medical facility. Now, Hales was among 3 men charged with the brutal fatal knockings and clappings of Gibbs Williams. The 55-year-old at the time, sports administrator, was fatally conned up outside a medical facility in Portmore, St. Catherine. So what took place on that horrific day, October 6, 2023, is that Gibbs Williams was in the car park of the medical facility when he was attacked and conned up all over the upper body. He ran in the medical facility in a bid to escape from his attackers, but collapsed and lost his life. Now the criminal element, well, one of them end up lose 3 pints, just so. You see, prayer and the tears of the innocent, trust me, remember, say tears is a prayer that only the Almighty Creator understands. And you have to remember saying, say God definitely not sleep. No matter how you hear some people that talk about gozo this and gozo that, and no matter how you see we country get so ungodly and far from the sight of the Almighty Creator, to the point where the Almighty must turn his nose up when him sent the stench of crime, death and destruction on his dearly beloved island home, Jamaica. So my peeps, we need to find our way back to our true source, which is the Almighty Creator. Because the further away we step from him, death and destruction will flourish. Yeah, man. Now make a look on this morning's murder statistics. Now the country murder rate continues to decline, with the latest police statistics showing 34% as it relates to a drop in homicides since the start of the year. Now the latest numbers from the JCF is that up to March 22 of this year, 167 people end up lose them 3 points in our country. And that's 88 fewer than the 255 who have lost their lives over the corresponding period last year. So the St. Andrews South Police continues to be the hot spot. It has taken over the reign of the most murderous police division, leading the country's murder tally with a whopping 25 Jamaicans lose them 3 points since January 1. St. Catherine South has recorded 18, so they're second, and 4 divisions across the island has seen an increase in homicides. We are talking about divisions like St. Mary, that is definitely worrying. Portland, worrying. The St. Andrew South and the St. Andrew North Police Division has also seen sharp increases. Meanwhile, knockings and clappings, just shooting pan a hole, has declined by 24%, coming in at 177 cases of shooting since the start of the year. The hold on and take the grapists them is down by 61%. We're definitely glad for that. While robberies have also declined by 15%. But the JCF says that break-ins have increased by 25%. So I just hope that the country continues to record a decline in the murder rate. But the authorities definitely need to stem what is going on in St. Mary and also in Portland, because we have seen over the years where a lot of migrant criminals are heading in those parishes, and because of that we have been seeing an increase and an uptick in murders. Now I can kick it off in the morning here. So the St. Andrews South Police are presently investigating the circumstances surrounding the fatal knockings and clappings of a man right in the vicinity of Mullines Road and Washington Boulevard. Now, the knockings and clappings, they go on Monday. Now, on your screen is a picture of the crime scene itself. Now, the deceased man has since been identified as 29-year-old Whitcliffe Riley, otherwise known as Shane, come from Rona Roswell Avenue, they say in Washington Boulevard. Now, Whitcliffe Riley is not no innocent person as was presented by many others who just see a man get caught up in a car and everybody just run up and down and I say, boy, judge of God, the man get mashed up in the car. Now, I'm going to play a little small video clippings of it, show you what I can, black out the rest, so you can hear for yourself what actually was being said on the ground by curious onlookers. Now listen.
Gunshot to blood. Boulevard, right now, man, get gunshot. Just that. My breed, man. My breed. Breed. Gotcha. Boulevard, right now, dog. Buckler. Yes, mad out. And just get gunshot. It's a bike man pull up, you know? Jaja.
So let me tell you now exactly what really going on now. So Whitcliffe Riley was driving a grey Toyota Probox and upon reaching the intersection of Mullines Road and Washington Boulevard, criminals traveling on a motorcycle opened gunfire, hitting the car and hitting him all over the upper body and head. He was, however, taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but more so to have him officially pronounced, you know what? So it is understood that Whitcliffe Riley was the intended target. And we're also figuring out that the incident was orchestrated by a criminal gang from the lower section of Valley. Now on the Spot News Media understands that there has been an ongoing feud between criminal elements from the top section of Valley and criminal elements from the lower half of Valley. And all of that are going since an incident going on February 23rd where a criminal element identified as Orlando David, otherwise known as Stucky, did lose him 3 points. So from Stucky drop out, the man them at odds. 5 other persons was also conned up and injured when time Stucky end up lose 3 points. So the now deceased Whitcliffe Riley is said to be a close associate of a top tier member of the Top Valley gang who was being blamed for the February 23rd attack on Orlando David. So in addition to all of this, a check revealed that he was in custody in September 2024 for possession of a prohibited weapon. So Whitcliffe Riley was most definitely no saint. The police stated that the era that the incident occurred is not an era of concern. However, they have also noted that the gang feud within the Valley community is likely to play out in adjoining and nearby communities. So the police is asking the general public to come forward with any information relating to the fatal knockings and clappings of Whitcliffe Riley. It is also understood that 2 other men were conned up and injured. They were rushed to the hospital also for treatment where they are still being treated, but their injuries are not considered life-threatening. An additional 3 vehicles was also damaged during that particular shooting. Yeah, man. So make we move on. Now, an alleged tap knockers and clappers who challenged the police get caught up and end up losing 3 points over the weekend. And the police them take a Intratec submachine gun off of the criminal. Now the weapon of choice is presently on your screen. So the criminal element has since been identified as Kurt Thompson, 30 years old, come from Buchan Avenue in Kingston. According to the police, Kurt Thompson is a known member of the Beng Gang, which is based in the New Haven community. He was previously arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition and was released from prison in 2017. The police revealed that in a statement on Sunday. Later in 2017, he was again arrested and charged for possession of an offensive weapon, but was subsequently released due to lack of evidence and a person who was basically a witness that withdrew their statement. So the statement did not indicate whether he was convicted of any other charges, but it is a known fact that he is a known top tier and reputed knockers and clappers. So I go on and now I want to make the police them slap him away. Is that the police team was on a curfew patrol in the New Haven community when they saw the criminal element with the Intratec in him hand and walk up and down on the street like a him named police or a soldier. So the police alleged that the man pointed the weapon at them when he saw them in an attempt to flee after they identified themselves. He was reportedly pursued onto a premises on Boulevard View where the confrontation ensued and the man get fatally conned up by them. The JCF states that they continue their aggressive push to rid communities of illegal firearms before they are used against the law-abiding citizens of this great nation. So my peeps, let us continue to support the police, them relentless efforts in ridding our communities of them workless, dirty kind of boy. Yeah man, I just love the trajectory of where the police them basically are lead things right now. We love to see corner boy I get spread out like a sheet, no longer among the land of the living. At some point in time in our life, enough is enough, and I feel like this is the time. Now what me really want to see more, is that police start recover more and more of these firearms, because taking the lives of these criminal elements and then the guns are still out there. Another little young sloth I just grow up and come start use it to commit the same sort of criminal offenses. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, the St. Catherine North Police have launched a manhunt for the driver of a motor vehicle who allegedly sped from a checkpoint, leaving behind a loaded firearm in the early hours of Sunday morning. The police team was reportedly conducting a vehicular traffic checkpoint along Treadway's main road that is near Linstead sometime around 1:10 a.m. when the driver of a red plate Toyota Probox was signaled to stop. The driver complied but hastily told the police that he needed to urinate, and during the interaction he allegedly threw an object into nearby bushes, re-entered the car, and sped from the scene. The police retrieved the discarded item, and it was discovered that the discarded item was a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 4 rounds of ammunition. So the Linstead Criminal Investigation Branch is presently investigating. Boy, I better tell you, the thing rough. My boy come out and say, "Want go urinate quick and fast," and squad make him go urinate. And them just dash away chops, jump back in the car and drive off. I don't know about something not seem too right, but that it seems like the squad of them did totally distracted. Probably them stop more than 1 or 2 vehicles and I deal with everybody at the same time. Hence the reason why he could have done that and got away successfully. So to the squad of them, we don't need for the better out there. Yeah, man. Now, the last thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is another Portland businessman we end up losing 3 points. He's said to be Samuel Dixon, but them call him 40 in our streets. He's presently on your screen, and him end up lose 3 points just outside of his home in Tower Isle in St. Mary. Fame scheme them call it Tower Heights, but it is in Tower Isle in St. Mary. So on your screen is his motor vehicle that made a little small crash on the embankment after he was conned up by criminal elements. Now the police report suggests that Samuel Dixon, aka 40, sport utility vehicle was conned up by unknown assailants as he drove into his residence. The businessman reportedly attempted to run, but was chased and conned up multiple times. So the pictures received by On The Spot News Media would show the now deceased man laying on his back, dressed in what appears to be a short pants and a white t-shirt that was made red. You could see where red substance was leaking from his head and also his upper body. So this was definitely a hit job placed on his head. Dixon, who in 2017 donated several surgical beds to the Port Antonio Hospital, operated several service stations located in Ocho Rios, St. Ann, Buff Bay, and also Bryans Bay in Portland. So he's a man we have whole heap of gas station all about. And Dixon is said to be the second Portland-based businessman who has lost their life since the start of March in 2025. And it follows on the heels of another fatal knockings and clappings of Albert Lindsay, a brother known as Bugsy. Now, this definitely is way more than what actually meets the eye, because On The Spot News Media is presently doing some digging, and it is revealed that the now deceased man, even though he's a known businessman in the criminal underworld, Samuel Dixon, aka 40, is a top tier drug dealer. So there is a lot more to his fatal knockings and clappings than what actually meets the eye. And On The Spot News Media will most definitely be doing some under the surface digging, because he's not just a businessman, and his businesses were funded from illicit activities. So the businesses is just a front from what he's actually in. So On The Spot News Media will most definitely be giving you updates in subsequent newscast. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.